Good evening, everyone. Before I get started, when they asked me to deliver the speech, they suggested I pick a walkout song. And after thinking about it for a second, I figured we deal with it all day, machining it, shaping it, respecting it. So why not walk out to some metal? Felt fitting, right? But seriously, it's an incredible honor to stand here before you today at the 2025 AJAC graduation ceremony. I want to thank the team at AJAC for giving me the opportunity to be your keynote speaker. It's not something I take very lightly, and a heartfelt thanks goes to my wife for helping me gather my thoughts and put the story together. Without her steady encouragement, I wouldn't be standing here today. Trust me. When I started preparing this speech, I thought a lot about where I came from, not just in terms of the jobs I've had, but the mindset I've carried through each one. If you told me years ago that I'd be giving a speech like this today, I probably would have laughed. My journey into the trades didn't start with a grand plan. It started with, as my wife would remind me, by putting chicken in a deli bucket. It doesn't sound very glamorous, but the job marks the beginning of something, because that's when I learned to show up on time, when I learned to take pride in getting even the simple things right, and then learning that whatever work I was going to do it well. Soon after, I found myself in the world of machining. At first, it was deburring parts and cleaning components, and then it laid the foundation for everything else. I got to work with manual machines, and one small opportunity led to another, and I ended up running a CNC. That's where something clicked. I kind of found joy in chasing precision, hitting the nominal zeros, and understanding the story behind the tolerance in each part. And after that, I kind of knew this is the place I belong, where I can grow. What fascinated me wasn't just the machining, it was the process. It was solving problems with your hands and your mind working in sync. It was learning how material behaves under stress and how a tool responds to feed, speeds, and pressures, and how even the smallest detail can make or break a job. So when I was offered a spot in the AJAC program while working at Newell, I didn't hesitate. I jumped at the opportunity, really. I didn't fully realize it at the time, but saying yes to AJAC would definitely change the trajectory of my life. The program opened my eyes in a whole new way, to where I began to not just see how things are made, but how the people are making them. People like you and I carry this incredible legacy and skill of innovation, and I got to see mentors passing down knowledge, pushing peers to grow, and saw what craftsmanship really looks like. But like all good stories, mine had a few bumps. Midway through the program, COVID hit, and not long after, I was laid off. It felt kind of like the floor dropped out, and all the momentum, all the excitement just kind of slipped away. And to be honest, I almost gave up. But my wife, who always knows when I need a nudge, told me to stick with it and to keep pushing forward, and so I did. One of the phrases that her and I like to use together is, a kick in the butt is still a step forward. I found work as a forklift driver in a warehouse, which wasn't exactly the path I imagined, but I showed up. And eventually another opportunity came knocking, where I got to work at a small CNC shop. There I learned a few new skills from setup to operation on both mills and lathes, and saw the fast-paced, high-stakes world of production and how it's different from job shop environments. Both are valuable, and both taught me lessons that I carried to this day. And from there, I took what I've learned and applied it at Trinity, and eventually made it to Acrowood and Everett, where I now proudly serve as a journeyman machinist. Looking back, I see a common thread. Every setback I've made, or have been through it, has made room for growth. Every job, every machine, every challenge has sharpened my skills, and more importantly, my perspective. And that's why I'm excited for you all, because graduation isn't an ending, it's a beginning. Reaching journeyman status means that you've made it through the grind. You've shown commitment, resilience, and craftsmanship, and you've learned to balance work and life. But it also means that now you now carry a new kind of responsibility. You are now someone others will look up to. You don't need to have all the right answers, but you do have the duty to teach when the moment is right, and to step in when someone is lost, and not to lead by authority, but by example. It's not always about lecturing, and sometimes all it takes is planting a seed, a small suggestion, or a nudge in the right direction. And when they come back later, hungry to learn, determined to get better, you'll know that you did your part. In this field, we learn every day. Even as a journeyman, we're still students. I've been having conversations on shop floors that have changed the way that I think about tooling. I've made mistakes that have turned into breakthroughs and watched apprentices teach me things that I didn't even know. And that's the beauty of machining. It's an evolving craft, rooted in the past but powered by the future. At Newell, I worked a fast turnaround job shop, and at Trinity, I saw the speed and efficiency of modern production. And at Acrowood, it's kind of like stepping back in time. I work with high-speed steel and brazed carbide tooling on machines that are nearly a century old. But you know what? I've learned to merge the past with the present and to bring modern tooling and techniques into legacy equipment to save time and reduce costs, because that's what machinists do. We adapt, we innovate, and we figure it out. It doesn't matter what the machine looks like or how old it is. What matters is that it runs and you've got the skill to make it sing. Being a journeyman isn't just a title, it's a standard, a mindset. It's about holding yourself accountable, and not just for doing the job right, but for lifting other people's up. Take pride in your work, but more than that, show others what real pride looks like. Take the time to teach, explain, or better yet, don't even do it for them. Let them try it, let them fail, and let them figure it out, but have your support quietly in the background. And when someone walks up to you one day and says, "Hey, I learned that from you," that's a feeling that no paycheck will ever buy. So to the graduating class of 2025, congratulations. You've accomplished something special, but this isn't the end. In fact, it's just the beginning of the new chapter. Keep learning, sharing, and striving to be just a little bit better than you were yesterday. The future of the trade depends on people like you. People who care, who think, and teach, and take pride in their craft. So I'll leave you with these words from Pope John the 23rd. Consult not your fears, but your hopes and your dreams. Think not about your frustrations, but about your unfulfilled potential. And concern yourself not with what you've tried and failed in, but with what is still possible for you to do. Thank you all, and congratulations again. Let's get back to work.